Welcome back to the show. It's I Quit My Band. How's everyone doing tonight?
I'm great, dude.
I'm good.
Me too. My name's Nate.
I'm JJ.
I'm Evan.
We thank you for being here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and subscribe down below. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for podcast clips, comedy skits. We just had another one.
Viral smash hit.
We had another viral smash hit below. Guitar teacher, crazy train guitar teacher.
Mm-hmm. Genius
As
shit.
it's known on the street.
On the street.
Genius
If you
shit coming out of IQMB Labs.
Yeah, the studio is just exploding right now. So thanks
These guys
everyone
are in
for-
their zones.
We've been zoning a little bit.
Zoning city streets.
Yeah, we're zoned off. We have our own zones.
I'm zoning.
What else? Follow us on Patreon. Subscribe to us on Patreon. $5 a month to become a quitter. We just had an episode where I convinced JJ and Evan to get into the Deftones fandom, and we're gonna have another episode up there soon. The origins of the podcast. We've never talked about it before on the show. It's gonna be the first time where we reveal who we are and why we're doing this.
Yeah, nothing's
what
off
dark
limits.
money has funded us?
Yeah,
Zero. There's
Zero.
It's
zero
an expose.
dark money. Yeah,
The dark money is the money that I have.
Yeah, the money that I get paid at my job that goes into the show.
That's the dark money.
Yeah, and also you can get the official IQMB shirt down in the description below, and you can find that on our Instagram as well. Support the show.
please.
Be a Chad. Quit your band. Join us in the darkness. Is that it? I think
That's it. Send us shit if you want us to talk about it. Evan just did a reaction to a bunch of things that you guys suggested we listen to in Evan's zone.
The reaction.
Yeah.
zone.
The reaction zone.
Yeah.
So, nothing. We're opening all doors and exploring all avenues.
Yeah, all
on
zones.
IQMB.
All zones are open.
Yeah,
for
we're
business.
exploring uncharted zones.
Yeah. Anyway, tonight we're going to be reviewing another album that came out this past week from a pretty legendary band. We covered them last year for their comeback record, The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons. It's the Hives with The Hives Forever, Forever the Hives. What is your experience with the Hives?
They're my bandmate James's favorite band of all time, and it's not even close.
Okay.
And before meeting him, I wasn't a fan of them, but then knowing him and also listening to them, it all makes sense. He's also a big Primus guy, loves Les Claypool, things like that. But my appreciation of them is purely influenced by the admiration that my bandmate has for them.
They were in that big wave of garage rock revival in the early 2000s, and they were the ones that interested me the least.
Yeah.
Because they looked like the band that your band teacher would be in on the weekends.
Yeah.
Like the suits and stuff like that. What I will say is they have subsequently aged more gracefully than almost every other of the garage rock revival bands, because they knew what they were right out the gate.
Yeah.
The Strokes were going to branch out and do weirder stuff. Same thing with Arctic Monkeys and all kinds of stuff like that. Whereas the Hives were no, we are that band.
Yeah.
We are a 60s revival garage rock band. That's all we want to be. So my appreciation for them has grown, and I hadn't really thought about them much in their hiatus because they were gone for a decade.
Yeah.
And then when they came back with Randy Fitzsimmons, Bogus Operandi was the best rock song I'd heard that year.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the best rock songs I've heard that year. It was so fucking hard hitting. But yeah, I had pretty much the same experience with you as the Hives. First of all, I always thought that I got them mixed up with the Vines. I think that might be just a little bit of dyslexia for me.
Yeah, that's tough.
It was tough for me to differentiate. Two very different bands. I don't think the Hives would ever have a meltdown on Letterman.
No, they did have that competition the one year at the VMAs.
Did
or
they?
whatever. Yeah, it was the Hives versus the Vines.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
It was either at the movie awards or the VMAs or something like that.
I didn't even know that. But yeah, I always they did interest me the least because they seemed like the most buttoned up and as a character band of this Las Vegas residency type of show band, and I didn't really fuck with that. But I would always hear music in like movies and commercials and things, and I'd be like, that sounds cool, and then I would look it up and it was the Hives, and I'm like, oh, maybe they're just like a regular band. And yeah, definitely when I just getting older, like I had more of an appreciation for songs like Walk Idiot Walk and Two Time and Touch and Broken Bones, whatever that song is. I got into them like later on and started appreciating them more. But yeah, the Death of Randy Fitzsimmons really was like, okay, that record also came out the same year as like Queens came back, and it was just like a weird year for like those bands making a pretty decent comeback.
Was it last year?
No, I think it was 2020.
2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like respectable. Much
It was
more
very
respectable than like, and not just the Hives, but like overall, a lot of the 2000s bands that came back, we were like, all right, the old guys have still got some
They
game,
still
dude.
got it. Was there any other bands that did that?
It might have been just those two.
It might have been those.
There's
but
definitely
so
more.
many bands did that. That's how. If it's two, it's a lot.
That's a
to me.
lot.
Yeah, that's more than you can ask for. Let's just get into it. Let's start listening to this album, The Hives Forever the Hives. I didn't really have much of an expectation for this record going into it. It felt like they had just put out their comeback record.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they were going to continue like being a band after Death of Randy Fitzsimmons, and it feels like we're getting like another record pretty fast after like a I don't know, how long was that hiatus?
I think it was 11 years.
11 years, like, which seemed kind of weird. It's like, okay, what are they really gonna say on this one? You know,
My perception of it was it felt like this came out very fast after Randy Fitzsimmons came out, because like for bands of that size that have a large following, like they're pretty, for the most part, pretty adhered to like the corporate album structure of like you put one out, tour on it for like 2 years, you go away for a little bit, and then you do it again.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like the OC's schedule
yeah, they're not
of an album every August.
Yeah, well, I think Randy Fitzsimmons probably did better than anyone would have anticipated.
Maybe so.
Like,
sure.
I feel like more people talked about than I would have thought them talking about a Hives album
Yeah,
in like
yeah.
2025. Because I feel like everything, what was like Tyrannosaurus Hives
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah.
like that's the last time I really remember people talking about them in
Yeah.
like a big way.
I remember like Lex Hives, whatever that.
I think that
album
was the last one.
That might have been the last one, and I remember like back in the day, people saying that they kind of like lost it a little bit, and I don't remember that much about those records. I remember the hits off of those records, and I will say that this was the first single. Enough is Enough sounds a lot like
Bogus.
every other Hive song. Well, not just Bogus, but
oh yeah,
like any Hive song that exists, like that, like. What's the one that's like? Is that Walk Idiot Walk?
I mean that is like half of them.
Could be any of them. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that is their whole thing, though.
Yeah,
They
it's
are
just-
the like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of band.
Yes.
And I think like as an opener, this is a pretty good opener. It did
Yes.
remind me a lot of Bogus Operandi. Like hearing that as the first song from that album, and then this one is like, oh, classic Hives. It
Totally.
doesn't sound unlike what's the big one off of Veni Vidi Vicious.
I'm not sure. I have to look.
But yeah,
Die All Right, maybe?
no.
Main Offender?
I mean, yeah. it
Hate to
does-
say I told you so.
hate to say I told you
That's
so,
the one
yeah.
I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought good way to open it, and kind of how I feel about like most of the record is like they are doing what the Hives do, and they're doing it well. And I actually think that I like most of this album more than I liked Randy Fitzsimmons, and that was an album that I did enjoy.
I thought kind of the same. Like, this is a very good like benchmark for what you're going to get for the rest of the record. Just like hard hitting. It's not any different than what you expect from the Hives. Like, it's a Hives album. It's going to be fun, like garage rock the whole way through. I thought Randy Fitzsimmons had like bigger highlights. Like it had like Rigor Mortis Radio, and there was another single off of that one, Countdown to Shutdown. Like those felt like bigger, like anthemic songs. But it could have been just because they were like back, you know, that like it made such an impact. But Bogus Operandi, like it has that fucking like that opening that just fucking slow, and it's like you know,
feels
it's like they're
huge.
yeah, they're like entering the stage.
Yeah.
It feels fucking awesome.
This album feels like it benefits from a little bit of a more like substantial production value. Like the bass is really deep in this song in particular. The drums sound awesome. You can like hear the characteristics of the drums and shit. Whereas I felt like Randy Fitzsimmons was a bit squished at times, like too tinny and too punkish. And so I kind of, the songs from what, like, if we're just comparing this one to the prior one, are very similar, like you said.
Yeah.
But I like the way that these ones sound better. You know what I mean?
I would agree, yeah. And, like, I think you're right that Randy Fitzsimmons had a bit punkier energy on certain songs.
Yeah.
And, like, there were ones where, like, the bass would lead, whereas this feels more rock.
This is, like, so in your face punk rock. Like, there's more fast-paced, like, bangers off of this one, like OCDOD. That's what...
It's like so
that's fucking like Black Flag type of shit.
That shit rules.
I mean, and it's not like they haven't done that before. They've had songs on records that like have been this pace, this tempo, but it's cool that they're older guys and they still have the exact same amount of energy. And if they don't have the same amount of energy, they're trying to give it. Like if you watch any performance of them now on like a radio show where they do like they've been doing a lot of live performances on YouTube and stuff. Like Pell Almquist, I think is his name. Like he looks fucking tired, but he doesn't stop.
No,
like he's kicking and dancing and jumping up and down, but he's like a 50-year-old guy. Dude.
Something about being like a European dude just gives you a motor that really won't stop.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's
like
got
the
that
Autobahn
head.
Yeah, or like 10 years of the Benny Vidi Vicious royalties drying up.
Yeah.
Like we gotta get
I
it back.
gotta dance.
Yeah, I'm hitting the gym.
Put on the suit and I'm dancing.
Yeah.
I felt that way. Like this does not sound like a 50-year-old's record. Like even like the Queen's record that we talked about. It's like they feel more mature.
Yeah,
that's the word that a lot of 50-year-old guys get thrown on their record.
Mature.
It's mature.
It's more mature. It sucks a little more.
Yeah, that's what they really.
I mean, we love to dunk on the Black Keys, but are they younger than these guys?
Probably.
I think so, yeah.
They
seem younger.
They seem younger, but they're so much sleepier.
Oh, yeah.
The Black Keys are the definition of maturity.
Mature.
Yeah.
Like, Truck Month is mature.
More.
Yeah. Selling sandwiches is mature.
Give me Paint a Picture.
Paint a Picture's great.
That is maybe my favorite song. The tempo change fucked me up a couple times.
It fucked me up for sure.
Once you know it's coming, though, it kind of hits harder.
Once you get used to it, and it works really well at the end where everything drops out, and then it hits.
It feels so Hives, though, to do that tempo change.
Yeah.
It feels like you're, again, like entering some like circus or like big show. It's like this, like that's how that part feels.
Yeah, it feels like some sort of like cartoon theme or something like that. But like hearing a song like this fast tempo, and he's staying on the beat, like he's not like trying to find like a lazy melody he can kind of soar. And they're just great songwriters. Like like in a song like this, the verse is catchy, the pre-chorus is awesome, and then this chorus is like gigantic.
It reminds me of that band, the Fratellis. You remember the Fratellis?
Yeah. There's a couple songs that have that like.
Did you?
The Fratellis. That's from the Goonies, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'll have to. I couldn't remember Corey Feldman's name the other day, so my Goonies knowledge is fading.
I just heard a little voice go, the Fratellis, and I was like, who said that, dude?
Is
that the little guy that lives in my head?
But no, there's a couple songs on this that I got like a flashback of those iPod commercials where they're like in the white silhouette on the background, just doing this shit,
dancing.
And the Fratellis. I bought the Fratelli CD because of an iPod commercial, so it's all coming together.
I bought the Fratellis CD or got into them because of like they were on too many like hockey game soundtracks.
Yeah, the
NHL 07.
NHL 06, 07.
These are the Fratellis from the Goonies. The bad guy.
Oh,
it's the crime family.
Well, like that old lady with the trucker hat or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were called the Fratelli.
The Fratellis.
Maybe I guess that explains why the Fratellis are the Fratellis.
Yeah, this is Ms. Fratelli.
This is Mrs. Fratelli.
Mrs. Fratelli.
Yeah, she looks like fucking Sam Kinnis.
Yeah, she does.
I mean, she could be in the Hives for all I know. I don't know.
Yeah, she's one of the Fitzsimmonses. But
Sorry.
yeah, this is a great song. Another one I love is Legalized Living.
Legalized Living is kind of the same deal. I mean, the hooks that they pack into this album is kind of like unbelievable. Like
It's a hook fest.
it is a hook fest. Like every song, it's really like straightforward too. Like you read those song titles, those are going to be the hooks, and they're going to be stuck in your head.
Yeah, like the riffs are catchy
Yeah.
and the vocals are catchy.
Yeah.
Like even this like drum groove is
Yeah.
catchy. And it says a lot that I can listen to this song and it has police sirens in it,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, yeah,
Yeah,
sure,
that's
you
a
can
good
do
point.
that.
Yeah.
Every other rock band that would put a police siren,
What?
are you
It's-
fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Hives are kind of impervious to being cheesy because they're so outwardly cheesy.
Yeah.
They're just
Yes.
like, we're cheesy. We get it. We know it. That's a part of our shtick. And so when
Cheese-
they put something like a police siren in their songs, you're just like, of course they do. That
Cheese
rules.
negates cheese.
Yeah.
There, it's
It's-
not a Venn diagram.
Yeah. It's a stuffed crust.
It is
stuff-
a stuffed crust. Yeah, and I guess like that is how I felt listening to this record more than anything, is that usually if something is described to me like a piece of art or piece of media as being fun,
yeah.
there's a good chance I'm going to hate it.
Yeah.
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 Because for me, oftentimes what fun means is like someone punching below their weight creatively.
Yeah.
Like they're like, yeah, it's just fun. You know,
It's just a fun record. It's a
Steve-O's
fun movie.
podcast is fun.
Yeah.
well, it's the opposite.
The
of
Marvel movies.
It's a guy with like gargling glass talking about being sober.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like these guys, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It is about being fun, and they're like creatively set up to do it so well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everybody is like in.
Yeah.
You know, there's nobody on here. There's nobody in the band that thinks they're Johnny Greenwood.
No. I mean, they're all the same guy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all the same guy,
Copy
except they just
paste.
have different talents. You know, like Pelle Almquist he just does that because he's a singer. But if you
Yeah.
put any of those guys behind the microphone, they'd probably be jumping up and down and doing the exact same.
That's
thing.
a good point.
Yeah, they're like twins or clones of each other, which is
Yeah.
kind of a cool like fold of this band. My favorite song on the record is "Bad Call."
I know why, because it sounds like a cool AC/DC song.
Play
I
it.
didn't think about that. But
This
yeah,
this sounds like it could have been on like High Voltage.
yeah, I guess so. It's a bad call. Yeah.
yeah.
I just love that refrain, like just that, like it's so skeletal. It's a bad call.
That
Like,
is
that.
sick.
That is AC/DC.
Yeah.
but I didn't realize how much I like that because it's a rip of Bon Scott era.
It's the
AC/DC.
Bobcat Ron coming
But
out. And
Bobcat Ron would love it.
Yeah.
In their defense, a lot of people have ripped off 80s era AC/DC. At
Yeah.
least they're ripping off the good shit.
Good
Yeah,
era.
the cool shit.
Yeah.
I noticed a couple other like little nods to things that I'm not sure if they were nods or not. There's a part in Hooray, Hooray where they do the everything, everything, everything that I thought
Oh,
sounded
yeah.
like added up from Violent Femmes.
I thought "Hooray, Hooray." I'll just put it on. I thought the riff was very much like "Message in a Bottle." The
Oh,
Police.
yeah.
Like it kind of has that in there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then there's a
And
there's a song on the back end. It might be "Born a Rebel."
Abracadabra.
Yes, Steve
time.
Miller.
Yeah.
I had to put it on because I was like, "That's the riff, dude." Is this it?
Yeah, right here.
It has more of like this Western twang in it, which I like. Yeah.
There's the Abracadabra riff, and then the Lonely Boy riff comes in.
Yeah, Dan Auerbach makes an appearance.
But I think they had to be aware of the Abracadabra because they add in the organ sting
Yeah,
too from
yeah.
like Abracadabra.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's a
if
good
you-
call,
If
though.
you look at the liner notes, they credit Steve Miller.
They got to
or
give
something.
Steve
Yeah.
one.
Steve
We'll give you
Miller's
one,
always the
Steve.
guy. I'm just like, why was he famous?
Like enormously huge.
The
Fly
Joker,
Like an
dude.
Eagle sold like 30 million albums.
they're good songs, but you look at them and you're like, who saw this and was like, yes,
Yeah.
this guy.
Gravy Train, Biscuit Wheels, right there.
Right here.
Steve Miller.
That new sound you're looking for. There he is. Anything else we want to say about this record?
I don't know, I think we could hit the CAs.
You want to hit the CAs?
Yeah.
Who's going first?
I'll go.
okay.
You go
We
first.
didn't really talk about anything negative, but I guess we can. do
Yeah.
the CAs.
I'll start with the negatives. And I think that the negatives is the fact that like they're not trying for anything artistically groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Both in like the idea of their project in general and this album. So like the Hives aren't trying to make In Rainbows.
Right.
That's perfectly fine. And even within that like idea, it doesn't feel like they're really doing anything new on this record.
Yeah.
But what I will say is that it's a band that knows exactly what they do well, and they are doing it very well.
Yeah.
I think that, like, if just looking at this as a batch of songs, this is a really strong batch of rock songs. Like, listening to this on Labor Day weekend, driving to fucking cookouts and shit.
Yeah, dude.
Perfect album.
Yeah.
And, like, sequence, I think it's sequenced really well. I think Enough is Enough is a really good opener. And then having the title track as the closer, which is probably the most different sounding song on the record.
Yeah.
I think that is a pretty strong closer.
Throw it on. Sounds like Animal by that band Neon Trees.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here we go again. Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up enjoying this much more than I thought I would. I thought that, you know, them coming back with an album 2 years after Randy Fitzsimmons, I thought it was going to be diminishing returns from there. I thought, like, oh, this is probably the best songs that they've had stored up for 11 years. Now we're getting a follow-up this quick. It's just like we're trying to get something out to keep touring. But
Yeah.
I actually think this is stronger than Randy Fitzsimmons, and I feel pretty safely into the Hell Yeah zone. I think I'm going 7-2.
7-2.
Nice.
Okay.
I really don't have anything negative to say about it. I think the only thing negative is, like, similar to what Evan said. The Hives are always a little samey same, but, you know, they're a one-trick pony for the most part. But that one trick is really, really cool.
Yeah.
It's really enjoyable. And this one benefits, like I said, from, like, sounding really, really good. It's not, like, drastically different than Randy Fitzsimmons, but, you know, I wasn't...
Yeah, I thought I heard it too.
Oh, yeah. But I wasn't really bothered by anything on here in terms of, like, it being too lengthy or too, like, overstaying its welcome or whatever. Like, they even managed to smush in a couple, like, interlude tracks and shit
Yeah, that
to make
was
it flow.
cool.
It was an interesting touch that, like, a band of their nature I wouldn't expect them to do that. So, yeah, I'm kind of with you. Like, these guys bring a lot of intensity. Like, the dudes in the Foo Fighters are in their 50s. And, like, that's as sleepy dad shit as it comes.
Yeah.
And these guys are so punk and badass and high energy. So, all that's to say, I think I also am in the early stages of Hell Yeah. So, I'm going to...
Early onset. Hell yeah.
We're in the early onset Hell Yeah stages.
I'm going to give this a 7 point... I'm going to give it a 7.3.
All right.
I did want to say one more thing when we were talking about, like, little nods. Put on They Can't Hear the Music.
Oh,
What is that?
That's
dude?
a killer.
That's a
yeah,
killer.
that's yeah. Is that when you were young? Wait, let me hear it again.
It almost
real
sounds like
quick.
they sampled it.
Oh wow!
Cacto.
I didn't catch that at first.
Everybody
in your
worship Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That song's
I would love to hear
amazing.
the Hives cover that song.
Yeah, like 30 BPM faster.
Yeah, it'd be so awesome. It'd be so much cooler. Anyway, my CAs. Yeah, I enjoyed this. It's exactly like you said. Both of you said though. Like it's a Hives record. They're not doing anything like taking any huge creative swings. The songs will remind you of older Hives songs. I do like the little subtle nods they gave to like older classic rock. Like I definitely noticed it on the whatever the Abracadabra song was. But yeah, I mean, I think if I had to like knock it for anything, it's just because like I don't see they're not like doing anything that they didn't already do on Randy Fitzsimmons. Like even though the songs might be a little bit punchier and the record might flow together a little bit better, I just was kind of like, yeah, they're back, and you know you could listen to this one or that one, and it doesn't really matter. It's like they're not. It's not like special. You know what I mean? That's kind of my big dig at it. Like it's a good record. Is it like something that I'm like you got to go listen to that right now? Like no, I wouldn't tell you to start here either. If you were listening to the Hives, I would just be like, yeah, their later era output is pretty fucking good for a band that's like still going. And yeah, I mean, I think Enough is Enough is again like when I heard it as a single, I thought like, oh, this is again like one of the better rock songs of the year, and I thought the same thing about Bad Call as well. And also Hooray, 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 really fun. But yeah, I'm gonna do also early on stage hell yeah at an even 7.
Yeah.
I think
Early
that's all I
onset,
can really.
hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a 7.1.
I think it is an early.
It's an
onset
early
hell.
onset hell yeah for the fact that they are getting older.
Yes,
You know,
they are.
it's early onset hell yeah.
I'll tell you what. Out of the stuff at their age that you could get early onset, hell yeah, ain't that bad.
Oh my
better
god,
than-
I want that.
It's better than an early onset. Yeah, whatever.
I
We
want
have late stage dog shit.
You don't want late stage dog shit.
I want chronic hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
100%.
mean?
Not,
The
not
new-
stage 40,
Yeah.
whatever.
Whatever the Foo Fighters or the Black Keys have, that might be
It's
late
chronic
stage
dog shit.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
terminal dog shit.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I typically am not drawn to this type of like it ain't broke, don't fix it, but the level of craftsmanship is hard to fuck with.
Totally.
There's
And like
good ass fucking songs.
fi-
You can't
find
mess
a
with that.
better like very commercial rock record in 2025. You know what I mean? Like
You're probably not going to find a better, more punchy one than this. Even though, like, there are other rock records coming out this year, they're probably going to be artsier. And,
and like maybe I should say find a better, not totally laughable or overproduced rock
Yeah.
record in
Yeah.
2025. I mean, there's tons of indie ones and low budge ones
Yeah.
that no one's ever gonna hear. But these guys are like as on top as you could possibly get for a band. You
that
know?
sounds like this.
That sounds like this.
Yeah.
And like you said, the production's not super sterile.
Yeah.
Like they're not trying
Yeah.
to like Max Martin their sound.
Totally.
And I give them credit that like if you look back all the way at like the debut from '97, the concept was there.
Yeah.
Like it's like this
Yeah.
'60s throwback. Like you're going through like your
Old
like,
45.
Yeah, old 45, and you're like the Hives,
Yeah.
like a band that looks like they put out one record
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
in suits like this.
Yeah, the Donnie Iris effect.
Yeah.
And they've been able to keep that whole vibe the
Yeah.
entire time and still coming up with songs that can keep your attention and get you singing.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think the hiatus really did them good. You know, taking that time off and kind of returning. Like, if they were just making this same record for years and years and years,
Yeah, if this was the
fuck.
22nd Hives
Yeah.
album,
Yeah.
we might be having a different conversation.
Yeah, like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I mean, it just kind of makes their like buries their sound more into like legendary status rather than like you know, a stale dog shit status. Yeah, terminal dog shit.
Yeah.
Let us know what
TBS.
you thought in the comments of this new Hives record called The Hives Forever, Forever the Hives. Tell us what you thought. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok for podcast clips and comedy skits. The shirt is available to buy in the description down below. And subscribe to the Patreon for bonus content like the ultimate guide to Deftones, the one where I convinced JJ and Evan to like Deftones, and also the long-awaited origin story,
Yes.
which I'm excited. I'm very excited about.
It's the death of Batman's parents, but for our podcast.
But for our podcast, yeah, exactly.
Same thing.
It's Uncle Ben dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
With great power
Yeah.
comes dick jokes about bands.
We need to have these shirts rescreened with that on the back.
We should. Yeah.
ASAP.
That's a good
our,
idea.
That's our new tag.
I mean, we
yeah.
easily could. We could easily get them. Hey, just the back of this, put this dumb quote on.
Yeah.
it. But thanks everyone for watching. It's a 7.1, a early onset hell yeah for the
Yeah.
Hives. Thanks everyone for joining. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.